So it's 5 days in a wake up, 6 days before opening day of archery season. We're doing a little practicing. Thought I'd do a review on this target I got. So I'll show you when we get up there. Well, like I said, a couple days before archery season, practicing. It's my new deer target. I think it's called the Booner. It's a Rineheart. Those of us who need to compensate for lack of other things by 3D targets with big horns, I guess. But I've got, I don't know, at least 200, maybe closing in on 300 arrows in this target. So far, I'm real happy with it. It's they're fairly easy to pull. It's that self-healing foam. You don't want to leave your arrows set in it though. I shot these in the morning on a real hot day, left them set in all day. And those holes then didn't close up. So just FYI, but it's got replaceable vitals. And it does a real good job stopping arrows. And they really pull fairly easy. I've got my arrows footed here with aluminum shafts on the end. So these things pull incredibly hard. Plus, I don't know if you can tell, but the actual field point, the 200 grain points here, they're even fatter than the arrow diameter. So whatever I shoot has a pretty bad time of pulling. This is another Rineheart target. Of course, it's held up really well. It's sat out all winter, all summer, sat outside. It's doing really good. So those I'd recommend. This one I was a disappointment in. This is the Rineheart, and we shot it a lot. The normal arrows pull easy out of it, but anything that's got a fatter, either point or with these aluminum footings on them, they don't pull worth a darn. And then it just shot up quicker than I thought it was gonna. I'm disappointed in it there. But if you're shooting a little light setup or something, probably work pretty good. I don't know if that's 2 or 3 years old. But anyways, it wasn't nearly as good. I'd highly recommend this. I got it off Midway for $300. No shipping. Just shows up at your door like 3 weeks later. It takes forever to ship it. But real quick, I'll just go over. I'm shooting these Kinetic Chaos gold tip arrows, and I think they are just the most, getting them off there. They're just the most durable arrow there is out there. Of course, it's a heavy spine shaft, so that's probably part of it. But these have taken a beating. The green ones here, 3 years old. I've had them, and I just broke one. They do break if you miss your target and hit rocks and flip off around. You can still break them, but if you take an arrow and foot it like that, now when they break, the steel is always broke off, and what's left of the insert is in there too. It basically takes a diagonal impact on rock to break them. I can shoot trees and stuff with doinkers all day long, it doesn't matter. A couple other things I really like. I've been real happy with this trophy taker fall away rest. And this tight spot quiver. This is actually a left hand quiver. If you have the right hand one, it sets up here, and you can adjust them. Get it just real tight to your bow. I only had a left hand in stock, and my brother had one. I wanted one real bad. Didn't like my other quiver, and I bought it. And then it's quiet. It don't rattle. It's not real heavy. Not the lightest quiver out there, but not bad. So there's a couple products I really like. I've had this Spot Hog sight for I don't know, 10 years or something. I went through 4 sites and bought this one, and I've had it ever since. I really like it, except for it's not a wrap. And these far pins, I'd like to have them one size smaller and wrap so you can see them better in the evening. So I'll probably change that next year. For a broadhead, I'm shooting these Helix. They're single bevel. This is the 200 grain, the whole thing's steel. You can get the exact same profile in 125 grain. It's just got aluminum center there, ferrule. I shot a buck. It was like England away from me last year, walking, moving pretty good at 49 yards. I shot, and the arrow, he turned and wheeled and went back to the right instead of continuing left. And then I thought I'd basically let him, shot here, and he wheeled before he ever got the arrow. But ended up the arrow entered here, broke his femur, traveled up inside of him, and the whole arrow was in the deer. Broke in 2 pieces in there. Never did pop out, so that gives you the idea of the reality and the length of an actual deer. Other than this target's not too bad. Some of those deer targets are real narrow, you know. But yeah. Anyway, killed that buck. Like I said, broke the femur, made it all the way through. I shoot a heavy arrow. This is like a 660 grain or 670 grain setup. I've got a brass insert in this thing. Getting a real high FOC here. So I guess any broadhead may work pretty good at breaking bone to get into that heavy a class, but these definitely have worked good in that department. I'm not super happy. You don't cut an artery or something. I don't know. I used to shoot the shuttle tees, and they seem to do a real good job, leaving a better blood trail than these things do. But I wounded a buck 44 yards through the back here one time. That didn't have a very good blood trail either with the shuttle tees. If a guy wants to shoot, doesn't want to shoot a cut on contact, if you're shooting a heavy arrow already or whatever, another broadhead I'd highly consider, and I may even switch to next year, is the Slick Trick Viper Trick. Because it's basically got almost a cut on contact profile, then it's got 4 blades for bleeder blades. They found that 2 blade penetrate best, then 4 blade penetrate the next best, because they cut release this way and that way, where a 3 blade fights itself, so going through hard bone. The 4 blade actually out penetrate the 3 blade. So food for thought, but these definitely do spin. The one thing I will say, they are a pain shooting at a target, because they drill through, and so when you pull them, you got to try and follow that channel back, or just unscrew them every time, pull your arrow out, and then screw them back in. And the other thing is that twisted motion they make through there, and you shoot another one through, they sure eat up an archery target quick too. So they do shoot the exact same place as my field points, clear out to 70 yards. I'd say 80 yards, but my 80-yard grouping has a tendency to only 4 out of 5 shots make it on the deer, so it's pretty hard to compare. I'm afraid of ruin broadhead, so I shoot very little at that range. I don't know if it's ethical to shoot game at 80 yards. For me it's not. I can't shoot quite that good, but I do like practicing clear out there, so that when you get the 40 and 50 yard shot, they seem easy. That's my 2 cents on archery and archery hunting. One last tip, I learned this from somebody else, but I carry a Allen wrench, piece of tape right there, and then you've always got your Allen wrench for adjusting your sights on your bow. Alright guys, good luck out there this season.